Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, April 4th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with this image that on Wednesday we clearly settled above the 266.95 formation. This on the news that Musk is likely to leave his White House duties and return back to managing more closely Tesla, the company itself. And then, of course, with the tariff news that was a little bit bigger, well, a lot of it bigger than anticipated, you've got Tesla falling back, but not nearly as much as NVIDIA or the SPY or the Triple Q. So Tesla seems to be holding its own. An inside day following, the wild ride that occurred actually on Wednesday. What to make of it? We did close back below the 266.95 channel top. So I think the emphasis is slightly to the south, but because it wasn't such a big sell-off, I think it's a bit of a mixed bag. And the way I'm playing this today is, yes, 266.95, this 3-month channel top, still has meaning. And if we continue closing below it, I do see lower trade. I do see the market likely ease back over the next day or two, possibly today, to 246.01, which I see as our meaningful downward pivot point that you can sell on weakness. Can you sell 266.95 today? I think you can, but I just want to urge you that just pushing back above yesterday's high, and I've noted it as an intraday level. I don't want to call it a session containment level. If we open today above 266.95, we quickly test 276.30. You see upper left, I should have marked that high, but it's 276.30. And if we push above 276.30, the market can run at least today up to 291.85 quite easily. So if we push not only above 266.95, but also above 276.30, I think that's your emphasis to the upside for the day itself. And if we can close up here in the 291.85 area, even if we don't take it out, I think the chart begins to look as it did on Wednesday's close this week, where the 367.62 descending two-thirds speed line becomes a 3 to 5 week reality. On the way up, we've got a rising channel top at 306.94. That is another session containment level. Closing above 291.85 today, 306.94 is likely, Monday of next week. This formation is rising, and as it comes close to converging with the 320.74 3/8 Fibonacci, it becomes kind of a 3-star range of resistance. But right now, it's stair step above 291.85, above 306.94, 320.74 3/8 Fibonacci. I think well suited to contain weekly buying pressures in this environment. We could fall away from there for a week or so, and if we close above 320.74, this 367.62 speed line in reach within just another week or two. Can we call 367.62 targeted anymore? No, I don't think we can. I think if we continue closing day to day below 266.95, selling pressures can build. And build they will if we close today below 246.01. So downside, holding below 266.95, I see no good reason to buy this market until we test 246.01. And we could fill this wedge out for a day or two. But if we close below 246.01, after having closed Thursday back below this channel top, keep in mind that the settlement above the 266.95 channel top was considered a meaningful buy signal that should have yielded 367.62 as a 3 to 5 week target. Having closed back below it is the rejection of a 3 to 5 week buy signal, which is in essence a valid sign of weakness. We just have not seen downside follow through yet. And so I think we can ease back to 246.01 possibly today, where we could place a daily low. And yes, if we close below 246.01, we are aggressively on the short sale of the market, expecting the lower 160s within probably 3 to 5 weeks, 154.96 to 161.06, likely within 3 to 5 weeks of closing below 246.01. If we can close above 266.95 today, once again, the market is beginning to look favorable to the upside, but I just think we need that last little push above yesterday's 276.30 high the inside day as it was. Inside of the wild ride that was Wednesday does have pivot point qualities. The high of that inside day has pivot point qualities. And if we can close above 276.30, I think we continue higher into next week. 291.85, likely within just a day or two, a 306.94 by the end of next week. 320.74 within a week or two, et cetera, on our way up to 367.62. So yes, closing above 266.95 does look good. Let me put it this way. It just doesn't look bad anymore. And I think the market would skew up. But if we can close also above 276.30, Thursday's high, I think that is a shift to the upside. 367.62, then resuming its 3 to 5 week upside status. Until then, it is a bit of a mixed bag. I will grant you that. But you should know that the 246.01 level is in reach over the next day or two, which is also our downward pivot point through April, expecting the low 160s. I will mention that if you're not following my Triple Q and Daily Spy report on wickedstocks.com, you just might want to. I don't know how much bearing it will have on Tesla. There's a bit of a, how should I put it? The beta is not very strong between Tesla and the broader market right now. But we've got the Spy and the Triple Q approaching significant long-term support. Probably today, a big test in this market that may hold through the rest of the year. And if we close below that support area, I see longer-term bearish continuation through the rest of the year. And I can't imagine that if we close below those big support areas in the SPY and the Triple Q today, that Tesla will be able to sustain that rally into the 360s or higher as we continue into later April and May trade. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back Sunday afternoon with Monday's Tesla. Have a great weekend and good trading to you.